Okay, that sound, that jarring alarm at 5 or maybe 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of us, it just feels like punishment, right? Not progress.
Oh, absolutely. The classic struggle, hitting snooze, wanting just 5 more minutes. We've all been there.
We really have. It feels like this necessary evil to start another crazy day. But what if that alarm, that early start, isn't actually punishment? What if it's like your secret weapon?
Interesting way to put it.
Because when you look at the research and even just, history, there's this pattern. Some of the most successful people, the most fulfilled, mentally sharp folks, they share this one habit. They own their mornings. Intentionally.
You're talking about people like Benjamin Franklin.
Exactly. His famous line, early to bed and early to rise, makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. And it's not just historical figures. Think Tim Cook at Apple today. He structures his whole day around getting up super early.
Right.
So what is it? What's the magic about mornings? How can they actually transform your productivity, your health, even just your happiness? That's what we want to unpack in this deep dive, looking at the sources you shared. Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, and it's crucial to stress this isn't just, old wives' tales or anecdotes. Modern science actually has a lot to say here. It really backs up these long-held ideas with some pretty solid data.
Right.
For example, studies show early risers aren't just churning out more work. They genuinely report being happier. And they have a significantly lower risk of depression.
Wow.
It does make you think, doesn't it? What if those morning hours are this untapped resource you've just been ignoring, a key to a whole different kind of day?
That's exactly it. And the science is honestly kind of startling when you look closely.
Yeah.
We're talking about research from places like Harvard, University of Toronto, serious institutions digging into this. And get this statistic. Just shifting your wake-up time 1 hour earlier, that alone can cut your risk of major depression by 23%.
23%, that's huge. It's not a tiny tweak. It's a really significant impact on mental well-being. It really makes you stop and think. So that brings us to, 7 powerful reasons why winning your morning could actually reshape your whole life.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, it's not just about feeling a little less blue. We're discussing a fundamental impact on psychological health, and it's supported by robust evidence. It shows how powerful these seemingly small routine adjustments can be.
Okay, so let's start with number 1. The early bird gets, the momentum. It sounds cliche, maybe. But it's really about strategically grabbing hours others just let slide.
Right. Productive hours.
Exactly. Those early hours are usually quiet, undisturbed. It's this unique window to plan, to prep, to actually do things before the emails and the calls and everything else starts flooding in.
You're setting the tone.
You really are. Imagine this. While most people are still wrestling with their snooze button, you could have already, exercised, maybe meditated, read something useful, even worked on a personal goal. By 9 a.m., you're not just slightly ahead. You've built real momentum. That's a powerful feeling.
And there's this key psychological finding from the sources. Those first 2 or 3 hours after you wake up. Apparently, that's your brain's peak performance time.
The golden hours.
Yeah, the golden hours.
Yeah.
For the tough stuff, problem solving, creativity, deep focus, if you keep hitting snooze or just kind of linger, you're basically letting your brain's best hours just evaporate.
Wasting prime cognitive function.
Which flows right into reason number 2.
Yeah.
Making time for what really matters to you. How many times have you thought, I wish I had time for that side project or writing or learning that skill?
All the time. After a long day, energy is low.
Exactly. Who has the brain power left? And that's why mornings are gold. When you get up early, you're not just finding time, you're actively creating this protected space for your goals, your dreams, the stuff that actually excites you.
It becomes intentional time.
Right. It's the foundation. And it's not just for, artists or writers. Leaders see it too.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned, Tim Cook, the sources say he starts at 3:45 a.m. He believes those early hours give him a real competitive edge.
3.45. Wow. But what's really fascinating about these first 2 points is it highlights not just more time, but better time, quality time. It's about using that peak brain function, those golden hours, and aiming them squarely at the high-value things that usually get shoved aside by urgent but maybe less important tasks later on. It makes you ask yourself, doesn't it? What could you actually achieve if you consistently claimed that prime brain time for your biggest goals? The potential seems enormous.
That focus on quality time is a perfect lead-in to number 3, the undisturbed sanctuary of quiet. Just think about how noisy our world is, nonstop.
Constant input, notifications, emails, chatter.
Exactly, but the early morning.
Right.
Often it's just silent, no chaos yet. Just you, your thoughts. And this isn't just nice, it's scientifically backed. This quiet actually lowers stress and anxiety.
Neurologists say the brain actually needs that quiet, that downtime.
Right. To process things, sort through emotions, just reset. That calm can really change the feel of your entire day. It's like if your day is a battlefield, the morning is where you calmly prepare your strategy and your defenses in peace.
That's a great analogy. Building your mental fortress.
Yeah. And that calm naturally boosts our fourth point, a built-in productivity superpower. People really underestimate this, I think. How much winning your morning impacts the rest of your day?
The domino effect you mentioned.
Precisely. The research shows that if you complete just one significant task before 9 a.m., you're likely to be about 40% more productive for the whole rest of the day.
40%. That's a huge lever to pull.
Isn't it? It means tackling that big, maybe difficult thing first thing. It makes everything else feel more manageable. It's almost like you're programming your brain for success before the world throws distractions at you.
Which explains why so many high performers, writers, entrepreneurs, athletes swear by the dawn hours.
They know that's when they're sharpest, their focus is dialed in.
And connecting this back, that quiet isn't just about peace and quiet for its own sake. It's strategic. It's mental preparation. You're building that fortress, like you said, that then fuels your output all day long.
Right.
It's not just about being busy early. It's about cultivating deep effectiveness, a true productivity superpower in disguise, really.
Okay, now let's shift gears a bit to the more maybe holistic benefits, starting with number 5, a significant mental health booster. This is one people don't always connect immediately.
Right. It's not just about tasks and output.
No, waking up early actually helps protect your mental health. The mechanism's pretty cool, actually. Getting that morning light helps regulate your body's internal clock, the circadian rhythm. And that regulation boosts serotonin, the happy chemical, which in turn demonstrably lowers the risk of depression.
It's a biological effect.
It really is. And conversely, the sources point out that night owls tend to have higher rates of anxiety, mood disorders, even things like substance abuse.
There's a correlation there.
Yeah. And they introduced this concept of social jet lag. Heard of that?
I have. It's that feeling of being out of sync, right?
Exactly. If you're a late riser, your internal body clock is constantly fighting against society's typical schedule. That struggle, that misalignment, it just drains your mental energy. You feel tired, stressed, maybe a bit resentful.
Constantly playing catch up.
Whereas waking up early helps sync you up. It fosters this sense of calm, stability, and ultimately more control.
Which leads nicely into discipline, I imagine.
It does. That's number 6. The foundation for discipline and a healthier lifestyle. Honestly, mornings are like discipline boot camp.
Ha! Good way to put it.
When you consistently choose to get up when that alarm goes off instead of rolling over, you're training your brain. You're making a conscious choice, taking control, not just giving in to comfort.
It builds that muscle.
It totally does. And that discipline doesn't just stay with the alarm clock. It spills over into your food choices, your work ethic, exercise, even relationships. The research shows early risers are more consistent with workouts, they eat better, they have lower rates of obesity and heart issues.
Interesting. So it creates healthier patterns overall.
Yeah, think about it. Late nights often mean junk food, binge watching, mindless scrolling, right? But early mornings, they naturally lend themselves to structure. A workout, healthy breakfast, maybe some quiet reflection. One path often leads to chaos, the other toward order.
That makes a lot of sense. The environment shapes the habit.
And finally, number 7, which might sound a bit like a paradox, better sleep quality.
Wait, waking up early helps you sleep better. How does that work?
I know, it sounds counterintuitive.
Yeah.
A lot of people think sleeping in means more rest, but often it's not true. Irregular sleep patterns, like sleeping late on weekends, can really mess with your circadian rhythm.
Confuses the body clock.
Exactly. And that confusion lowers your actual sleep quality. That's why you can sleep for, say, 9 hours, but still wake up feeling groggy.
Oh, okay.
But when you consistently get up early, your body adjusts. It finds a regular rhythm. And that consistency leads to deeper, more restorative sleep. Harvard researchers call it the sleep-wake advantage.
The sleep-wake advantage. I like that.
Yeah, it means you're not just logging hours, you're resting at the right biological time, making the sleep you do get much more powerful.
So what's really striking when you lay it all out like that is how intertwined these benefits are. It's not just, 7 separate things.
Right, it's connected.
It's a cascade. Better mental health supports discipline, which supports healthier habits, which improves sleep, which boosts mental clarity. They all feed into each other. It creates this really robust foundation for just well-being.
The virtuous cycle.
Exactly. And it really forces you to ask, considering all that, how much energy, how much vitality might that social jet lag be costing you? And how much could you potentially gain by getting your body back in sync?
That's the key question.
Yeah.
So wrapping it all up, when you put these 7 benefits together, the head start, the quiet, the clarity, the productivity, the mental health boost, the discipline, the better sleep, you see why mornings really are a success multiplier.
It's more than the sum of its parts.
Definitely. It's not just about the clock. It's about consciously taking ownership of the most powerful part of your day. The idea is if you can control your mornings, you gain a massive lever to control your life.
That resonates.
And that's why you see high achievers, historically and now, guarding their mornings. They see them as treasure chests of opportunity, not just hours to get through.
So if we connect that to the bigger picture for everyone listening, the question really shifts, doesn't it? It's not, why should I wake up early anymore? It's more like, can I actually afford not to?
Ooh, good point.
Every morning you let drift by, every snooze button hit, it's arguably a mischance, a chance to build that dream, improve your health, sharpen your thinking, strengthen your resolve.
Yeah.
The world is always going to try and steal your day, pull you everywhere. But your mornings, they belong to you if you choose to claim them. So maybe tomorrow when the alarm goes off, remember this conversation. You're not just waking up. You're potentially stepping into a version of yourself that could change everything.
That's a powerful thought to end on.
And maybe the ultimate shocking truth, to borrow your earlier phrase, isn't how hard it feels to wake up early sometimes. Maybe the real shock is realizing how much potential, how much opportunity you might have already lost by not doing it sooner.